What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Baltimore Ravens Rundown. My name is Joey Peterson. On today's show, we're going to answer your questions on the latest Ravens news, rumors, anything you guys want to know. A lot of these questions coming directly after the loss on Sunday night. So I'll just tell you this right now. Things are about to get spicy. Hey, look, when John Harbaugh loses his job, fingers crossed, we'll be live. And we're going to have a party. We're going to have a great time. So make sure to subscribe today and join us for that future awesome event we're all hoping, praying, and looking forward to. First question on today's mailbag. Mets are bananas. Are you over Zay Flowers, or are you still giving him a chance because he is still young? Zay Flowers is so frustrating because you see the flashes. You see things to get so excited about, and he always brings you back in. Just when you're like, I'm done with the Zay Flowers experiment, he makes a play like he did on Sunday night on the jet sweep. Touchdown. It was awesome. But for every one of those, you get drops that lead to picks, like in Cincinnati, and you get fumbles late in the game when you need your best players the most. I'm done with it, man. I'm over it. I'm maybe not over him as a wide receiver on this team, but I'm over him as a wide receiver one. I have given up hope in that. He has proven through his first 3 seasons in the NFL, he cannot be trusted in the biggest moments. This is going to be the second time in his career where the Baltimore Ravens season ends with one of his fumbles. Now, in the AFC Championship, was it 100% his fault? No, it wasn't. On Sunday night, that game wasn't 100% his fault. But he did fumble in the big moment at the end of the game. That's just what it is. These seasons, these games come down to who can make a play late, and Zay Flowers has consistently showed us he can't. So I think he'd be an unbelievable wide receiver too. And if you can have him as a wide receiver too for an affordable price, boom, sign me up. He's not a wide receiver one. Open-ended question coming from Kendrick Peters. Who's got the most blame here? I think it's got to be John Harbaugh. I do, man. I mean, most likely missing the playoffs with a roster that talented, with a roster that good, it's inexcusable. It is. At the core of it. There's no excuses for that, man. There's none. And so, yeah, I got to go with John Harbaugh. Everything happens from him down. It trickles from the top down. The coordinators, players, the effort, the fight, the lack of clutch that seems to run in the DNA of this team, of this franchise. I don't know how many times they have to prove it to me, season in and season out, that they're not going to be able to be clutch. I think some of that's a reflection of your head coach. I'm done with the experiment of John Harbaugh. It's been an awesome almost 2 decades. Won us a Lombardi trophy. That was great. But it's time for both sides to move on. Chris, HD 2011. I think it's better that we lost because now we can see how they look without Lamar, so it shows that we need to change. Maybe next year we have new coaches. We can do way better. Maybe. I also think, at this point you probably weren't going to do much in the playoffs anyway, so more losses get you a better draft pick, which is something to be somewhat reasonably excited about. So if we're going to look at it for that reason, then yeah, maybe. The thing is I don't know if it's going to lead to a change. I hope it does. I really, really do. It needs to. I just don't know if it will. Man, John Harbaugh all the way up to the top. Eric DeCosta, Steve Bisciotti, they're all boys, man. It's a yacht club up there. It's a country club. I don't know if they're going to let go of him. 19 EHF. How are the Panthers better than the Ravens this year? Great question. I don't freaking know. Isn't that so embarrassing? Dave Canales, Bryce Young, and the Carolina Panthers are better than the Baltimore Ravens. And the funny thing is, Gage, this is the argument I'm going to get. Joey, they play in the NFC South. AFC North sucks. It sucks. Bengals, horrible. Browns, horrible. Steelers, even though they beat you, they're horrible. The NFC South is not much worse. They're not. So I don't know. If that shows you that John Harbaugh needs to be fired, if that doesn't show you, I don't know what will. Is it time to start over with the team and trade Lamar? Ooh. No, it's not. It's time to start over with the coaching staff, maybe. It's not time to trade Lamar. You're not going to get another Lamar Jackson. You're not. Don't trade Lamar. Please don't. He didn't have a great season. He was never really healthy for it. I will give him that excuse. But look, you cannot trade him. You can't. So it's time to start over with the coaching staff. If Lamar Jackson is part of that start over, I don't want to be a part of that. Cheryl Enterprise coming up next. Which side of the ball has highest grade for the season? Special teams? Yeah, I'll go for special teams. I'm definitely sure as hell not going to give it to the defense. I don't feel like the offense deserves it. And Tyler Loop, although sure he missed a big kick late, a little short on a 56-yarder. It was a 56-yarder. That's a long kick. Tyler Loop was like 90% from field goal. Jordan Stout, one of the best punters in football this year. So actually, it's not even really that debatable. It was special teams. That's it. That's what it was. Jonah Brennan, are the Ravens the next 2025 Jets? It feels like it. No, obviously they're not that bad. No offense, Gage. But to have the roster that you have and to be on the outside looking in on the playoffs is the biggest embarrassment in sports right now. It truly is. No way fans or buts about it. We got more questions to get to in a second. Don't go anywhere. Well, if you're going to go somewhere, go to the App Store and download the Prize Picks app. It's holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. Right? That means it's the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball, matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here every single day making decisions, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. That's Prize Picks. My wife couldn't even name 4 pro teams. Then we started playing on Prize Picks, and now every Saturday night, we're breaking down who she's picking for her lineup. It's the most exciting way to watch football. Prize Picks now is early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. That's the perfect talking point for my lineup for Sunday Night Football this past Sunday night. I had the more on Drake May, 239.5 pass yards. I had the more on Derrick Henry, 4.5 receiving yards. That one did not hit. That one did. Lamar Jackson, less, 13.5 longest rush. He did not have a longer rush than 13.5 yards. So, if you flex play it, 2 hit, 1 did not. You still won money. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. That's code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show and being the reason you guys get to watch on the day. We blame the other teams for not beating the Steelers. What does that mean? I get what you're saying, Elo. Yeah, let's blame the Detroit Lions for blowing that game late. Brutal. That would have been awesome. We were tuned in on that Sunday night before we went live. But yeah, let's blame them. They couldn't do it. Guess who couldn't beat the Steelers either? The Ravens. You think Monken didn't utilize Henry those last 2 drives because Lamar out? The Pats defense was stacked the box. Keon Henry, force Huntley to throw? No. I don't, Victor. Because guess what? A, probably wouldn't have mattered. Derrick Henry's averaging 7.1 a carry. B, cool. I'll throw against a heavy box. That's unfortunately, really easy to answer. I don't know why Todd Monken didn't use Henry in those last 2 drives. It's going to haunt me for the whole offseason. I know we're not in the offseason yet. We're close. We're 11 days away? Crazy. But I don't know, man. That's not why, though. I still have no clue why Marlon Humphrey is still a Raven. Yeah, it did seem like they were picking on him big time. What's Marlon Humphrey's contract? If I am not mistaken, Marlon Humphrey got a contract extension this offseason, or a contract. They switched some things around. He is next year on his final deal. So, but he's a $26 million cap hit. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch in the offseason. Stress-free home sales. Why did Henry get benched after motorboating the Patriots defense? I don't freaking know. I don't know. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's a great way to put it, though. I mean, it was dominant. It's inexplainable. It is inexplainable. Stress-free home sales. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Alan Kemp, 1769. Final question on today's show. They used Lamar's running even before he got hurt. What made them change his whole game up, you think? They used to use Lamar's running even before he got hurt. Oh, are you talking about, like, what changed from using him running? I don't know. A lot of really big questions for the way this offense operated this year. I thought this was a terrible year for Todd Monken. Horrible. Final question now. Fierce Outdoors. Will we see Joey Gage and everyone else at tryouts? LOL. I hope so. I better see you there, Steven. Okay? If I'm going to be there, you got to be there too. That's going to do it for today's show. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Like the video. Appreciate you guys for getting all those questions in. We'll see you next time.